Hi Nazwa.
Oh, hi Terry, how are you?
I'm good.
Anyway, Terry, my parents are going to Jogja very soon. Do you have any recommended place to go?
Oh, I know. There are several places to go, such as to Yogyakarta, Malioboro Street, Kopi Merapi, and what about Keraton Yogyakarta?
Keraton Yogyakarta. I don't think I ever heard that words before. What is it actually?
Keraton Yogyakarta, or also known as Yogyakarta's Place.
Oh, I see. Hold on, let me search it on Google first.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. Good morning.
Selamat pagi,
I'm Terry.
and I'm Nazwa.
Welcome to Culture Exposure 2 of 6 Virtual Summer Course Program.
Multidisciplinary approach essential for sustainable environment-friendly development.
Okay, so today we're going to visit Keraton Yogyakarta. And during our visit to Keraton, we already passed several landmarks in Yogyakarta.
That's right. I think we already passed Tugu Yogyakarta, Malioboro Street, and here we are in Keraton Yogyakarta.
Are you guys curious what is inside Keraton?
Of course, we are really curious and excited about what is inside. Maybe, without any further, let's see what is inside.
Okay.
The Palace of Yogyakarta, or also known as Keraton Yogyakarta Hadiningrat, is a grand complex that was meticulously planned to reflect the Japanese cosmos. This elegant complex of pavilions was constructed based on ancient beliefs of the connection between God, human, and the natural realms. Each feature holds a special symbolic meaning related to the Japanese worldview, who consider the importance of Mount Merapi and the Indian Ocean. Keraton Yogyakarta was built in the center, facing directly north towards Mount Merapi. Its south side was built facing the Indian Ocean, believed to be the house of Kanjeng Ratu Roro Kidul, the Queen of the South Seas and the mystical consort of Sultan Yogyakarta. This is a splendid example of traditional Japanese architecture that has no equal. The basic and original layout of the main building of Keraton Yogyakarta began its construction during the reign of Sultan Hamengkubuwono I in 1755 till 1756. Today, the Keraton is a piece of living history and tradition. It continues to be used both as a home of the Sultan as well as for the important ceremonial and cultural functions of the Yogyakarta court. Several historical rooms now are used as Abdi Dalam's office. Abdi Dalam or courtier are these people who devote themselves to Keraton Yogyakarta and the king with all the roles that are applicable. Abdi Dalam is also seen as a life mover of Keraton Yogyakarta. Keraton Yogyakarta in particular has never opened a job vacancy to be an Abdi Dalam, and all they came by volunteering or self-application, so everyone can be one of them. There is no specific requirement needed to be an Abdi Dalam, but all the applicants must be an adult who has good attitude. After entering the gate, you will find a floor and roof area without walls called Bangsal Sri Manganti. Sri means king, and Manganti means waiting. Long time ago, this place was used as a waiting place for the guests who want to meet the king. Nowadays, Bangsal Sri Manganti is likely used as a stage for art shows such as puppet shows and traditional dance. This is the gate of Keraton Yard called Dono Pratopo. It has two big statues with the same design and the shape. The right one is called Cingkara Bala and the left one is called Bala Upata. These statues symbolize that even though they have the same shape, but still have different characters. The Dono Pratopo also symbolizes that the king, as the leader, should give discretion in every decision. This is the emblem of Keraton Yogyakarta. This emblem was made during the reign of Sri Sultan Hamengkubuwono VIII. In the middle of the emblem, there are Japanese characters that can be read as Ha and Ba. Ha and Ba itself is an abbreviation of Hamengkubuwono, the title of the Sultan who presides over the throne. Back to the old days, when the king still directly led the palace, they had several wives. Both the king and his wife lived in different buildings. The king himself lived in a building called Yellow Building, while his wife with their daughters lived in an area called Bangsal Keputren, and their son also lived in an area called Bangsal Kesatrian. These days, the Yellow Building are no longer residence for the king and now used as a living room. Bangsal Kesatrian is now used as an art office by the courtiers, and for Bangsal Keputren, it is still used as a residence for the king's wife and their daughters. Near the Yellow Building, there is an area called Bangsal Kencana. Bangsal Kencana is used to welcome dignitaries and important people, hold wedding ceremonies, puppet performance, and traditional dances. In addition, it also used to face servants, officials, and relatives when offering prayers and apologizing to the Sultan after the celebrations of Eid al-Fitri or Idul Fitri.
Hamengkubuwono IX, the late Sultan of Yogyakarta Special Province, is referred by Indonesians as one of the great founders of the modern Indonesian state. His most conspicuous achievement was the survival of hereditary Yogyakartan kingship, and he provided rare stability and continuity in Indonesia's highly fractured modern history. Under the new order, Hamengkubuwono also helped to launch the Indonesian economy on a much stronger growth path. Although remembered as the epitome of political decency, he faded from power and influence as vice president in the 1970s, and the repressive and anti-democratic features of Suharto's new order seemed to contradict much of what Hamengkubuwono originally stood for. After arriving in Batavia from the Netherlands in October 1939, Hamengkubuwono IX was picked up by his father directly to the Hotel des Indes. When an autonomous ruler was in Batavia, generally there were many agendas of activities that had to be fulfilled. One of the events attended by the royal family with Hamengkubuwono IX in Batavia was an invitation to dinner at the palace of the Governor-General of the Dutch East Indies. The Sultan Cemetery is located in Imogiri, named the Mataram's Royal Cemetery, or more famous as the Imogiri Royal Cemetery. The cemetery was built in 1632 until 1640 by Sultan Agung Adiprabu Hanyokrokusumo as the third Sultan of Mataram from the descendants of Panembahan Senopati, who is the first Mataram king. It is located toward the south coast, which is 17 kilometers away, and to reach the cemetery, we have to climb 350 steps.
Okay guys, that's all about our trip in Keraton Yogyakarta.
Hopefully you gain new information and knowledge because Keraton is such a beautiful place to visit.
And hopefully this pandemic will be end soon and you can visit Yogyakarta.
See you on the next video!